The Ganges River, or Mother Ganga as she is known to her people, inseparably bound to India's culture and religion, worshipped by 1 billion people as a mother who sustains life, a goddess who cleanses sins. The timeless Vedic scriptures tell of her origin. From the divine waters in the spiritual realm, Ganga entered the universe and washed the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Vishnu before descending to earth. Thus, her inexplicably pure water. At her shores, humble pilgrims pray that her purity wash away their impurity. Join them, along with saints and heroes, gods and goddesses past and present, who have been cleansed by her mercy. Dive deeply. Allow your heart to be carried away by the waters of Mother Ganga. Ganga Sagar, the end of Mother Ganga's 1,600-mile course, where she meets the Bay of Bengal. Pilgrims come here annually to worship her. The scriptures describe her. Sri Ganga Devi has a complexion as white as the champak flower. White garments and jeweled ornaments adorn her body, and millions of moons shower their effulgence upon her smiling face. She is the ever-youthful, ever-fortunate beloved of Lord Vishnu, who can remove everyone's sins. In an age long past, the great ascetic Kapila Muni traveled the entire length of the river to this place, where he practiced penance and austerity. He wrote, "When a pure devotee hears about the glories of Lord Vishnu, who is seated in everyone's heart, that devotee's mind immediately flows toward the Lord, just as the waters of Mother Ganga flow toward the sea." The small rural town of Mayapur is located 90 miles north of Calcutta. Here, the Sri Chaitanya Chandrodaya Temple of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness rises from the sandy banks of the Ganga. This magnificent complex commemorates one of the greatest events of the last millennium, the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya, who is considered Lord Krishna or God himself, descended from the spiritual world to spread the glories of chanting the holy names of God. Here also is a memorial for A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, founder and leader of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, who in 1965, at the age of 70, took the teachings and practice of Sri Chaitanya outside the shores of India and distributed them throughout the world. March 2004. Devotees from many nations gather at the installation of the world's largest deities of Sri Chaitanya and his closest associates, known as the Panchatattva. Sri Chaitanya expresses his love for Mother Ganga. O Ganga Devi, your waters are the ambrosia of love of Godhead. The utterance of your name invokes devotional service to the Supreme Lord. By your mercy, the living entities acquire a taste for chanting Lord Krishna's holy name. Slightly south of the Ganga is the town of Gaya in Bihar state. Here, in the ancient Vishnupada temple, Lord Vishnu's right footprint is embedded in a stone called the Dharmashila. Pilgrims mourning for lost relatives worship the Dharmashila with prayers, milk, and flower garlands. A family in mourning is bound by scripture to make such offerings to Lord Vishnu for the protection and elevation of the soul of the deceased. Nearby lies Bodh Gaya.
Buddham Sharanam Gacchami.
As they have for centuries, Buddhists visit Lord Buddha's majestic gilded deity seated below the soaring tower of the Mahabodhi temple.
Sangam Sharanam Gacchami.
2,500 years ago, below this Bodhi, or banyan tree, Prince Siddhartha sat on a mat made from kusa grass, entered into deep, silent meditation, and resolved not to move until he achieved enlightenment. During his meditation, Mara, the god of death, attacked him, and a terrible internal battle overtook the prince. But his spotless purity destroyed Mara's illusory armies. Thus, Prince Siddhartha became Lord Buddha, the Enlightened One. Reading from ancient texts, monks from all parts of the world glorify Lord Buddha. These songs have been handed down from generation to generation. Each note is carefully sung to increase the quality of meditation. Nearby the Mahabodhi temple is Ratnagar, where various Buddhist denominations have erected monasteries in their native architectural style. Lord Buddha is one of the Dashavatar, or 10 principal incarnations of Lord Krishna. For 45 years, Lord Buddha walked along the banks of the Ganga, teaching ahimsa, non-violence, and compassion for all living creatures. Benares, also known as Varanasi, one of the oldest cities on earth, famous for its scholarship and artistry. Pilgrims believe that by bathing in the Ganga at this spot, they will perceive the everlasting soul, the eternal living force within the body. Bhagavad Gita, the essence of all Vedic knowledge, declares, "For the soul, there is never birth nor death." As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. It is unborn, eternal. Pilgrims gather nightly at Dashashvamedha Ghat for Ganga Puja, the worship of Mother Ganga. Earth, water, fire, and air for the pleasure of Ganga. When Ganga is pleased, she happily bestows her blessings and eventually brings us to our Father in the spiritual world. Prayag, site of the famous Kumbh Mela festival, often called the world's largest act of faith. Once every 12 years, these peaceful sands host a tent city, populated by millions of pilgrims and sadhus, or holy men. The name Kumbh Mela refers to an epic battle fought long ago by the demigods and demons for control of the nectar of immortality. The demons stole this nectar from the demigods. Siding with the demigods, Lord Vishnu, appearing as the goddess Mohini Murti, the embodiment of sensual beauty, tricked the demons into giving her the nectar. When Mohini Murti then gave that nectar to the demigods, a struggle ensued. And drops of the precious nectar spilled and landed at the Triveni, the confluence of the rivers Ganga, Yamuna, and Sarasvati. It is believed that a bath at this spot during the sacred day of Makara Sankranti, during the Kumbh Mela festival, gives one the result of performing unlimited pious activity. Jaipur, the Pink City, built according to Shilpa Shastra, a section of the Vedas which teach architecture and city planning in harmony with universal design. Though Jaipur lies far from her banks, Ganga's influence flows here too. The largest silver containers in the world, designed to carry Ganga's waters overseas, rest in Jaipur's City Museum. In the late 1800s, Queen Victoria, the Empress of India, invited Madho Singh, the King of Jaipur, to England. Madho Singh reluctantly agreed on the condition that he could carry enough Ganga water for bathing and drinking to last his entire trip. He was convinced that her waters would keep him spiritually and physically healthy. At the heart of Jaipur is City Palace, inspired by both Mughal and Vedic architecture. The spiritual heart of Jaipur beats vibrantly within this temple, where the deities of Radha Govindaji, Lord Krishna, and his eternal consort Radharani reside. "4,500 years ago, the grandson of Lord Krishna commissioned the carving of these deities, which were installed in a temple in Vrindavan. Then, 5 centuries ago, they were carried 200 miles from Vrindavan to Jaipur to protect them from invaders. Here bhakti, or devotional service to Radha and Krishna, is practiced by engaging all the senses in the service of the Lord and His divine energy. The eyes for seeing their forms, the nose for smelling the incense and flower garlands offered to them, the voice in singing for their pleasure, and the ears in hearing their glories. Devotees see everything in relation to Krishna. Their humble, devotional attitude transforms ordinary daily activities into sublime, uplifting acts of love. Haridwar means gateway to Hari, or Lord Vishnu. Gaining Ganga's mercy here, as she rushes from the mighty mountains, blesses one's pilgrimage to the Himalayas. The Garuda Purana states, anyone who immerses themselves in the waters of Mother Ganga at Haridwar does not have to take birth again. Determined devotees immerse themselves in the purifying but icy cold Ganga. These faithful may appear to face the difficulties of this world as others do, but there is a profound difference. They see tribulations as an opportunity to surrender more deeply to their Lord